Welcome to our Thursday Live. I am going to be talking today about what not to do on social media. This will be fun. This is going to be really fun. For those of you joining me, I'm also streaming into my Facebook group. So if you see me looking up and down, that is why. So welcome. How's everyone doing today? I love hearing from y'all. If you can drop me a hello, say hi. And Kelly, thank you for being here today with me. She's supporting me today here on Instagram and in my Facebook group. Welcome, everyone. So great to see y'all. Hi. Oh, so great to see everyone. Welcome. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Lisa. So I'm going to be talking about what not to do on social media. But before I get into that, there's something really big. We are really excited about it. I'm really excited about this. I've been talking about something for 2 years. It finally happened this week. My podcast dropped this week. It's called Brand and Biz Spills because I am spilling it with other women entrepreneurs that are really out there making a difference. And we're talking about all the little things that no one else will talk about. You know, the tips, the secrets, the stuff you really want to hear. And because I'm so excited about this, we have some fabulous prizes and giveaways. For all of you out there, we're doing a special thing right now. If you want to not only listen to the podcast, we've dropped 5 episodes so far, more coming. If you want to enter to win, listen to the prizes. We have our Tell Perfect to F Off, Frankly Deb t-shirt. You can only get it from us. We have 3 of those available. You have like 6 chances to win. You can enter 4 times, by the way. And the other prizes are you can get an Instagram or website free audit from me. That's worth $1,000. Our grand prize, I have a course that's not available anywhere on my Brand Love system. It has got mindset work, time management work, everything you need to know to build a powerful brand. It's a $1,500 value. I actually think it's worth more than that. That's the grand prize. Here's how you win. Those of you on Instagram, you need to go into Messenger. So go into Messenger, just type the word podcast, and it'll take you through on it's super simple on how to enter to win, and you'll get to hear the podcast. And for those of you on Facebook, Kelly's going to drop a link where you can enter. And I would love to have your support. So it's a win-win. You guys might win some amazing prizes. Some of you will. And I would love your support in this podcast. It would mean the world to me. So great to see all of you here. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Sandy, Betsy. So great to see y'all. Hi, Julie. Okay, so let's roll. What not to do? What not to do on social media? Okay, this is going to be fun. I want to say that there's so much. Let's just acknowledge there's a lot of changes happening on social media right now. And I know that probably if you're like a normal human being, we're all going, how are we supposed to keep up with these changes, right? And I'm going to tell you a couple things. There's things that I see that I don't want you guys doing. So I'm going to call those out. And I think it'll give you a sense of relief, I hope. The other thing that I tell everyone is I'm a brand coach, right? But here's the thing. Knowing what your business is all about, who you are, who you serve, what your purpose is, how you help your audience, those things will never change. So that's like really good news. But I want to get into the areas of what not to do on social media, because I see things. I'm like, you know what? I don't want y'all doing that. So number 1, do not chase trends as a strategy. Don't chase social media trends as a strategy. That's not a strategy. They're going to change every day. Like, we can't keep up with them. There's no way. And here's the thing. Just when you've hooked on to one trend, they're going to switch it and it's going to go somewhere else. That is not sustainable. I think this should come as a relief, right? I want you women building businesses that are sustainable, that are in it for the long haul. You can't be a trend chaser and grow a dynamic brand doing that. It always comes down to strategy of your own business, of what are you really here to do and serve? How is your audience really benefiting from what you're putting out to social media? If you're putting out really valuable, interesting, heartfelt content that's truthful, you will get clients, you will grow your brand, but you don't have to run around chasing trends. And I know we've seen them. I'm going to call out some of the trends that I've seen. Now, I'm not saying you can't do a trend. Sometimes I'll do a trend or two, but here's the thing. Here's the difference. Whenever I try something like that, I always have strategy as part of my messaging. I'm trying to communicate a very specific strategic message that's going to help my audience. So what do I mean by trends? Let's use Instagram, for example. There's a lot of talk about trending audio, right? Like, oh, if you use that trending song, you'll get seen by more people, like when you create a reel, for example. Okay, that might be true. It might not be true, because guess what? Of course, they're changing things. They're actually changing trending audio to, and this is going to change every day, guys. But currently, as of today, they're actually, Adam Mosseri, CEO of Instagram, said, we're actually going to start favoring original audio. Okay, so it's always changing. You can't rely on that to grow a business. There's like, let's take Reels. Reels are getting in front of a lot of people. This is true. That's something, that's a tactic. I wouldn't call using Reels a strategy. It's a delivery mechanism, okay? You still have to have a strategy. That doesn't replace a strategy. So sure, I recommend, Reels are getting in front of a lot of people. If you want to grow your audience, Reels are a good way of doing that. But it has to be, the content you deliver has to be strategic about your brand. So in other words, dancing on a reel is not going to do anything for you if you're just dancing. It's not going to do anything for you if, you put your dog on a reel, unless it's strategic. Like Melanie, I know Melanie's watching. Melanie has a puppy business, a dog business. That's strategic. Sometimes you'll see my dog, Georgie, but if you'll notice, I'm trying to make a very strategic point. I'm not just showing Georgie to have fun. So we have to be strategic. There's transitions you can use with your reels. All those are great, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is not the trends. The most important thing is the actual content you're delivering. It's actually serving your audience with education, inspiration, delight, possibility, whatever is in alignment with your brand. People will come back and back and back again and again if they're getting served and fed things that they really care about. That's where, and the other thing is that builds trust, which builds relationships. That's what we're here to do. Okay. If jumping on a trend isn't doing those things for your business, it's not worth doing. The other thing I see is let's do something funny for the sake of just being funny. Now, again, if it's on brand with your brand, great. But if it's not on brand, you're just going to get looky-loos that have nothing to do, nothing to benefit from whatever it is that you have as a business. So all of this requires you, your wheels are starting to spin, says Melanie. Exactly. I want to say this is great news for y'all. Okay. Because if we think, oh my God, I have to chase every trend out there, I can't keep up. I'm not a 22-year-old on TikTok because, my audience isn't. I got a life to live, man. I got a business to run. You don't have to be chasing trends. I think this is really good news. But it does require y'all to be so intentional on what you're here to do as a brand. Okay. And I'm going to get more into this as I go down. I have 3 points I want to share. The first one is you do not need to be chasing trends as a strategy. Don't do that. Okay. That's number one. Number two is when I have little banners from my Facebook group. Number two is don't post brand inconsistent content. So I was talking a little bit about that. What do I mean? Don't post things that are not consistent with your brand. Again, I'm going to use the dancing videos. Okay. I did one post making fun of a dancing video to show you guys that you don't have to dance to do a reel. Okay. That was very strategic, right? Now, do dancing videos work? They seem to work. People like to watch people dance like idiots. You know, there's an Instagram creator out there that dances in every video he does. It's like works for him. That's his brand though. He's the dancing brand guy. Not even brand, dancing Instagram guy. Great. Does that mean you should dance? No dancing. No dancing unless you're a dancer or unless your brand can handle it. And it's about what you do and it's strategic. So again, you need to build things into your content that make sense, that are brand consistent. I have purposely built a brand that is cheery, fun. That's a part of my brand. So I can get away with cheery and fun content. It's a part of my brand. I built it by intention that way. I like things like that. I want to be a cheery, bright, friendly brand by design. That's not going to work for every brand. You need to be true to your own brand. This gets into what's the personality of your brand? And yes, it can be different than you as a person. You're building a brand that's bigger than you, that has a bigger purpose than you. Okay. So those are things I want you guys to think about what not to do is be mindful of inconsistent content. Okay. I'm going to bring up some other things and I see this and, I see, you know, as far as what's brand consistent, sometimes I see what not to post is when people start getting into politics, it takes a delicate hand, in my opinion, to do that well. And I think for most people, just don't touch it. You never know who unless you're very clear on who your audience is. Very, very, very clear about that. Because you're here to serve them, not to piss people off. I hope. Now, if you are a brand that has a pretty sizable following, you can get away with a lot more and you can whittle down to exactly where you want to go. When you're just starting out, I don't think this makes sense. Now, I will say there's a lot of causes and beliefs that align with certain brands. You might want to share something in a positive way. If you're going to do that, do it in stories. You know, I don't think you should build your brand on that unless you're a political brand. So I think that requires massive caution because you're wasting airspace and time and confusing your audience on what you're really here to inspire and to change people's lives. So I caution that. I really do. That's my opinion. Okay. So the other thing on being consistent, if you're being consistent with your brand, first of all, it requires you to understand what your brand is all about, right? This is the stuff I teach. You know, what's your purpose? What's your brand's purpose? Your brand needs to have a purpose. What do you stand for? What's it all about? It's not about you. It's about your audience. What are they going to get out of it? What is the ultimate transformation that your audience is going to receive by working with you or purchasing what you have? Because they will receive a transformation. That's what they're buying. They're buying the experience. Okay. And here's why. If they're not buying the transformation, if they're not buying the experience, then they're price shopping. I don't encourage anyone to grow a brand based on price. You will not win that. That is called building a commodity. And I'm going to talk about that on point 3. But if you're just posting random shit because you think it's going to get some likes, that does not grow your brand. It doesn't build a cohesive brand where people begin to know, like, and trust you. It's confusing. And I'll tell you this, there's a saying, a confused mind does not buy. It requires you to be very focused with your content, to really understand your audience, to understand what do they love, what inspires them? What are they looking for? What transformation do they really want? And are you serving that consistently, day after day? So brand inconsistent content, just posting random crap because you think it's going to get a like, is not a reason to post. And I'll say this too. This actually came up this week on one of our calls in our program, House of Impact. I don't think any brand should be posting for the sake of getting likes or for the sake of getting views. If that is your reason for doing and creating a reel or a post, you're off track. You're off brand. We're not here to look at me. We are here to serve our audience deeply. If you care more about what they're receiving on the other end and really, truly are there, like I said, to educate, inspire, delight, build actual connection with people. Like I see you here and it's so exciting that you're here. Thank you. If you're 100% in on that and you're not thinking about, oh, this will get a lot of saves and a lot of, likes and comments, and screw that. Serve the hell out of your audience. That's what matters. That's what is consistently on brand. That's what you need to be doing. Okay. So that's a big one. That's a big, big, big one. Okay. So my third thing of what not to do on social media, and there's a laundry list, but I'm going to stick to 3 key areas today, is you should not be posting all about you and your service. Now, some of you guys might be going, what? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? No, it's not about you. Okay, here's what that looks like. When you post all about you and your service and like that's your content, your catalog. That went out like a couple years ago, like 10. People don't pay attention to catalog. Here's what happens with I call that catalog posting. That's when like, here's my cool thing I make. Here's the cool thing I do. Want to buy it. Now I get it. That's a safe place to start, but that will not get you a powerful brand or a business. Why? I talked about this a minute ago. Some of you guys know why. What this does is makes you a commodity. There's nothing different about you than all the other ones out there posting, especially if you haven't built a powerful following, especially. There's people that do this that have been on Instagram for 8 years now and have like tens and thousands of followers and can get away with it. You can't, unless that's you. You can't anymore. You absolutely cannot. So when you just do posts about you and your service, you're a commodity. People are starting to make a decision to work with you based on price. You're going to get the price shoppers. That's not how I coach people to grow business. Absolutely not. You're here to grow a dynamic brand that is premium, that is unique and different, that people are buying at the value of what they receive when they purchase from you. That's what branding does. See? Okay. So yes, I'm not saying, I want to caution this, that you can't show products you make or offer your services. Of course you can. You absolutely should. Here's the thing. That should create about 20% of your content. Only 20%. That's right. 80% of your content is serving your audience, is communicating with what delights them, what inspires them, what educates them, what can you do that they need? How can you build actual real relationships, actual real conversation with your audience? Where are they at? What are they struggling? I know my audience is struggling with, I don't know what to do on social media. What should I do? What shouldn't I do? What are the steps? ABC. What do I do, Debbie? This is what they tell me. So I'm sharing today things that you should not be doing. Here's what you should be doing. Every brand needs to start with, what am I really all about anyway? What's my purpose as a brand? What's my why? It matters. It matters a lot to your audience. They actually care. They might be on the same page as you and like, dang, that's what I'm all about too. Wow, I'm really connecting with you, et cetera, et cetera. Number two, who do I specifically serve? Because you cannot serve everyone. Absolutely not. And you shouldn't unless you're Walmart or Amazon. I don't think you have their same marketing budget. Okay. This actually is where it gets exciting. The tighter you can get that niche, the more you can speak specifically to where they're at today. And they're like, man, I get you. You're speaking my language. So if you're watching this and you're a woman, 40 plus, and you're like, oh my God, that's me. Like you're my person. Like I know what you're struggling with. I talk to you. I ask questions. I listen. You need to be doing the same with your audience. Who do you specifically serve? What are they wanting? What transformation are they really looking for? And it changes. I just did a whole bunch of interviews this week. This is something we teach in our House of Impact program. I've done 3. I'm looking to do at least 5. I do this at least every quarter or to every 2 quarters, because you have to be looking and listening for what they're going through as the world continually changes. You're developing relationships with your audience. That requires you to know your audience, just like you would know your best friend, right? You would really know, like, what are you going through? How's it going? What do you think? All of these things, you need to know your audience in the same way. So you have a true connection, a real relationship with them, right? You're not a catalog anymore. It's a real human connection. And that's actually really special and really amazing. Here's the thing. I know social media gets a lot of bad rap. I have been so intentional with who I follow, who I listen to, who I communicate with, that all I get back on social media now is so much positivity and real, true connection. And some of my very best friends in the world are virtual. It's wild. So, and I love supporting all of these women. It's just the most fabulous, it's the most fabulous thing. So look at it differently and really realize that the more you can connect on a heartfelt level with your audience, with where they're really at, what they really care about, and think of your content as a channel. This is something I've been talking about with my group. Think of your content as it's a channel. Like we all grew up with a little TV that clicked, right? You get to create that. You get to create that channel of delight and wonder. What is that? How does it serve your audience? That's where it's at with social media. So there you go. Boom. Okay. I would love to have questions. If anyone has questions, I know I haven't even looked at the comments here on Facebook. Hi, everyone. So good to see you. Hey, everyone. I do have a fun banner for takeaway number 3. I got so distracted there on Facebook. I have fun banners. Oh, I do have an announcement for everyone. Next week, I am doing something special. We have a winner. I'll be announcing it. We have a winner for one of our free Instagram audits. Now, the only way I can do this is in my Facebook group, because I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to do a live brand audit. It's going to be killer. So if you're like, I want to see that, I'm doing it next week on at the same time at 11 Central in my Facebook group. Go to the link in my bio to join and come check it out. Those of you on Facebook, hello. I'm going to do a really powerful audit next week, and I'm going to get really tactical and show you things. And of course, I'm going to do this very strategically. So it'll be a lot of fun, and it's a great way for y'all to learn, to watch me do a live training. So come join me. So I'm going to end with this. For everyone that's listening to the podcast, Brandon Bisbills, thank you. This is so much fun. I'm having a blast connecting with these powerhouse women from all over and really sharing the key things they feel like has helped them grow their business and bust through some myths and talk about the things some people are just not willing to talk about. I appreciate you supporting me. If you want to listen, and then I would love for you to win some of these awesome prizes, go into, again, on Instagram, message me, DM me, podcast. And for those of you on Facebook, there's a link you can go right now to enter to win t-shirts, my brand clarity course, which is amazing. and also a chance to win a free Instagram or website audit from me, which is worth $1,000. So I'd love to have your support, and I'd love to thank you with that. Thank y'all so much. I will see you next Thursday. Yeah. Do it, do it, Nancy. And thank y'all so much. Have a beautiful Thursday, everyone. Bye.